You know, the betrayals that cut the deepest, they almost never come from your enemies. No, they come from the people you trust the most. It's a chilling thought, isn't it? But we're about to get right into why this happens.
Let's really dig into this quote because it's the heart of our entire explainer. The real threat isn't the person who's openly against you. The most soul-crushing betrayals come from the person who seems the kindest, the most supportive, the one you would never ever suspect.
And here's the thing, the signs are always there. They're just hidden behind a masterful performance. My promise to you is that by the time we're done here, you'll know those signs. You'll be able to see right through the act.
So how does this even happen? How can somebody who appears so genuinely good be so incredibly dangerous? Well, it all goes back to a fascinating concept about the parts of ourselves that we keep hidden from the world, and even from ourselves.
The legendary psychologist Carl Jung had a name for this. He called it the shadow. It's all the stuff we don't like about ourselves. The jealousy, the need for control, the secret resentments. We just push it all down. But here's the twist, and this is what you really need to get. The people who bury their shadow the deepest, they become the most convincing performers. They aren't just fooling you. They're actually fooling themselves, and that's what makes it so real.
Okay, so how do you spot this performance in the wild? Well, lucky for us, the source material breaks it down into 4 key traits. Think of them like cracks in the mask. Let's get into them.
First up, and this one is so common, it's about how they actually use kindness itself.
This isn't real kindness, not at all. It's kindness as a strategy. It's a tool. Every single favor, every thoughtful gift, every compliment, it's like they're putting a deposit into a bank account you didn't even know existed. You're racking up an invisible debt, and you won't realize it until the day they decide to make a withdrawal, usually by making you feel so crushingly guilty that saying no feels impossible.
All right, number 2. This one is, well, it's a lot more subtle and honestly kind of sinister.
These people are incredible listeners. I mean, they make you feel like you've been seen for the first time in your life. But their motive isn't to connect with you. It's to collect data. They're cataloging your deepest fears, your old wounds, your biggest insecurities. And that information, it'll get used against you later. Maybe disguised as a joke that cuts just a little too deep, or a piece of advice that makes you doubt yourself.
And don't for a second think this is an accident. It's a calculated strategy. Robert Greene literally wrote the playbook for this stuff. But these individuals are living it out every day, all while making you feel like you've finally found your greatest confidant.
Okay, trait number 3. This is something you're going to hear them say constantly.
Think about the genuinely good people in your life. Do they go around broadcasting how good they are? No, right? They just are. But the performer? They have to sell it. They're always telling you how loyal they are, how much they value honesty, and oh, how much they absolutely hate fake people. This isn't a statement of their character, it's a smokescreen. It's a preemptive defense to stop you from ever thinking to question their motives. And that brings us to the 4th and final trait. And this might just be their most powerful weapon.
Listen closely to their stories about their past. There's always a long list of people who have wronged them. Every ex was toxic, every old friend was a backstabber, every boss was a tyrant. This story is engineered to make you feel sorry for them, to make you want to protect them. But here's the cold, hard truth. When you hear a history where they are the only victim, again and again, you have to ask yourself a very important question. If everyone else in their past was the villain, what role is left for you? You're next.
So, wow, that's a lot, I know. And the big question is, how do you protect yourself from all this without becoming a cynical person who doesn't trust anyone? Well, let's get practical. Let's build your self-defense toolkit. First things first, you have to learn to tell the difference between kindness that's a weapon and kindness that's real. Weaponized kindness, it's totally inconsistent. It's like a switch that flips on when they need something and flips right off when you're no longer useful. Real kindness, it's steady, it's consistent. It doesn't have a hidden agenda or invisible strings attached. So here it is, your simple 3-step plan. Number 1, watch their actions, not their words. Talk is cheap. Consistent behavior over time tells the real story. 2, pay close attention to how they talk about other people, especially when those people aren't around. That's a sneak preview of how they'll talk about you one day. And 3, and please listen to this one, trust your gut.
that quiet, nagging feeling that something is just off, that's not paranoia. That's your brain's pattern recognition system screaming that something doesn't add up. Listen to it.
All right, we're almost done, but I want to leave you with what might be the single most profound piece of this entire puzzle, because it really reframes the whole issue.
After hearing all this, it's so easy to just slap a label on it and say, okay, these people are just evil, right? But the reality is actually more complex and, in a way, a whole lot more frightening. See, the most dangerous manipulator isn't the one who knows they're a monster. It's the one who is so deeply unconscious, who has buried their own shadow so completely that they 100% believe their own act. They truly see themselves as the hero, as the perpetual victim. And because they believe their own performance, they can cause unbelievable damage and feel completely justified doing it. That's what makes them so terrifyingly effective. And that's really what this is all about. This isn't about making you suspicious of everyone you meet. It's about giving you clarity. It's about knowing the difference between a person's true face and the carefully constructed mask of goodness they show the world. Because once you learn what that mask looks like, you will never mistake it for a face again.